What if the one philosophy promising to make you unshakable is actually a cage for your true power? You've heard the advice everywhere: be like a Stoic, endure, accept. But one man, a philosophical titan with a hammer for a pen, saw a deep, dangerous flaw in this ancient wisdom. His name was Friedrich Nietzsche. He believed Stoicism wasn't a path to strength, but a sophisticated excuse for failure, a life-denying weakness disguised as virtue. And he offered a terrifying, powerful alternative. Now, let's be fair. Stoicism is popular for a reason. It's an incredibly practical toolkit for life. Think of figures like the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, writing in his tent at the edge of war, or Seneca, a powerful statesman navigating the treacherous politics of Rome, or Epictetus, a man who began life as a slave and became one of history's most respected philosophers. Their core message is simple and profound. Focus only on what you can control: your thoughts, your judgments, your actions, everything else. The weather, the economy, what other people think of you, is external, indifferent. They taught that virtue is the sole good. By accepting fate, by mastering your inner world, you can achieve a state of tranquility, a concept they called apatheia. No matter what chaos rages outside, it's a fortress for the mind, a promise that you can be okay even when things are very, very much not okay. It sounds like the ultimate superpower, doesn't it? But then came Nietzsche, a thinker who didn't want to build a fortress for the mind. He wanted to unleash a hurricane from it. He didn't want you to just be okay. Nietzsche's central driving concept is the will to power. For him, all life isn't seeking peace or tranquility. It is striving endlessly to grow, to overcome, to expand its influence, to express its strength. Life is combat, it is struggle, and in that struggle we find meaning and joy. So when he looked at Stoicism, he didn't see strength. He saw a philosophy of exhaustion. He called it a philosophy for the weary, for those who have grown tired of the fight. He saw their acceptance of fate as a form of deep, pessimistic resignation. The Stoic says, "I cannot change this, therefore I will endure it." It's a defense mechanism, a shield. But Nietzsche asks a devastating question. What if you are shielding yourself from life itself? He believed this mindset subtly poisons you into believing that the best you can do is simply not get hurt, to play defense your entire life, rather than going on the attack. Think of it this way. The Stoic ideal is to be a rock in a raging river. The water crashes against you, but you remain unmoved, serene, stable. Impressive, right? Nietzsche would laugh at this. He doesn't want you to be the rock. He wants you to be the river. He wants you to be the chaotic, powerful, life-giving force that carves canyons out of mountains. Then there's the issue of emotion. The Stoics aim to be free from passions: rage, overwhelming joy, deep sorrow. These are seen as disturbances, as errors in judgment to be smoothed over. For Nietzsche, this was monstrous. Your passions are not your enemies. They are your fuel. Your rage is a signal that a boundary has been crossed. Your joy is the feeling of power increasing. Your sorrow is the price of love. To cut off your passions, to seek a life of flat-line tranquility, is to perform a kind of spiritual self-surgery. You might remove the pain, but you remove the very possibility of ecstatic, triumphant life along with it. And what about the Stoic idea of being indifferent to external things like wealth, health, or reputation? Nietzsche found this utterly absurd for anyone who wanted to achieve anything great. How can you build an empire, create a masterpiece, or change the world if you are truly indifferent to the outcome? This indifference, he argued, was just a clever trick of the mind. He saw it as a classic case of sour grapes, like the fox in Aesop's fable who can't reach the high-hanging grapes and so declares them sour. The Stoic, unable to master the world, declares the world not worth mastering. It's a coping mechanism, not a philosophy of power. So Nietzsche throws down the gauntlet. If the Stoic path is a sophisticated retreat from life, a way to numb the pain by numbing everything else, then what is the alternative? What does it mean to truly go on the attack? This is where Nietzsche introduces his terrifying and beautiful answer, his ultimate weapon against resignation. Two simple Latin words, Amor Fati. It means a love of one's fate. And that word, love, is everything. It's not tolerance, not endurance, not passive acceptance. It is an active, passionate love. Amor Fati is the radical, unconditional affirmation of your entire life. It's looking at every single moment, every triumph, every heartbreak, every mistake, every moment of suffering, and saying yes. Yes, I willed this. Not that you literally chose it, but that you choose it now. You choose to see it as necessary, as the exact sequence of events required to forge you into who you are. Imagine a master sculptor with a block of marble. The marble has flaws, cracks, and imperfections. The mediocre sculptor, the Stoic, might try to work around them, to hide them, to endure them. But the great sculptor, the Nietzschean artist, they don't just accept the flaws, they love them. They make the crack the central, defining feature of the masterpiece. They integrate the imperfection and make it essential to the beauty of the whole. That is Amor Fati. You are both the sculptor and the marble. Your life's challenges, your pain, your flaws, they aren't things to be endured. They are the very material you must use to create your great work. This connects directly to the will to power. Loving your fate means transforming every obstacle into a source of strength. Every no from the world becomes an opportunity to scream yes back at it. Every wound becomes a source of wisdom. Let's make this concrete. Imagine you get fired from your job. It's a terrible, stressful event. The Stoic response would be to remain calm, to tell themselves this is external. My job is not in my control. My response is, I will endure this with dignity and begin my search for a new one. The follower of Amor Fati has a wilder, more dangerous response. They might feel the initial sting, the anger, the fear, but then they declare, good, this had to happen. This humiliation, this failure, is the fire I needed. This will force me to create something better, to start my own company, to become truly independent. I would not have it any other way. See the difference? One is passive endurance. The other is active transformation. One is a shield. The other is a forge. The Stoic thinks this is fine. The Nietzschean roars, this is fuel. So here is the one Stoic rule you must break to unleash your will to power. Break the rule of indifference. Do not be indifferent to things outside your control. You must care profoundly. Desire to shape the world. Desire victory. Desire to impose your will onto the chaos and create order in your own image. And when the world pushes back, when you fail, when you suffer, love that fate. Love that it challenged you. Because only in the struggle against a worthy opponent do you become strong. Nietzsche offers a final, terrifying thought experiment to test your love of fate, the eternal recurrence. Imagine you had to live this exact life, with every joy and every agony, over and over again for eternity. Would the thought crush you, or could you joyfully scream yes? It's a choice between two forms of strength. The strength of resignation, which can bring you peace, or the strength of affirmation, which can bring you greatness at the cost of that peace. The question is, which do you truly want? So let's ask again. Are you following Stoic advice? Because if you are, you just might be holding yourself back from the life you were meant to conquer.